Hello everyone, I am Pawan back again with another video. So let's solve the LeetCode 2 sum problem. So the problem is given that given an array of integers nums and an integer target, return the indices of the two numbers such they add up to the given target. Okay, you may assume that each input would exactly have only one solution and you may not use the same element twice. Okay, so you can return the answer in any order. Okay, so we need to return the two numbers which indices of those two numbers so that they will add up to the given target. In this case 2 and 7 will give the sum 9, right? So we need to return those indices 0 comma 1. For the example 2, the given indices is 6, so 4 and 2 will make 6, sum 6, right? So we need to return the indices of those two numbers. So same for this one as well. So we can easily do a brute force approach. We'll be having two loops, and every time we'll check. First of all, we'll consider the 2 and check all the remaining elements with 9 minus 2, that means target minus 2, right? So we'll check 7 is present in this array or not. So in the first position itself we'll be find the required number 7. So we'll return 2 and 7 as our answer. But the worst case complexity is going to be O of n square, right? Because we are doing, for each number we are iterating n times, not n times, I minus 1 times, I guess. So it is going to be something like, for the first element we will iterate n minus 1 times, for the second element we will be iterating n minus 2 times, something like that. So it will add up to a sum of n numbers, something like that. So n into n plus 1 by 2 is going to be n square, right? So that is not going to be the good approach, because even that is also going to pass, because n is given as 10 to the power of 4. So 10 to the power of 4 into 10 to the power of 4 is going to be 10 to the power of 8, which is less than 10 to the power of 9. So it is also going to be accepted, but we need to optimize it more. We can optimize it by storing the past numbers in a map. Suppose the given example is 2, 7, 11, 5, right? So we'll traverse to the array 2. We'll check whether we have visited 7 or not. So now we are at position 7. We'll check whether 2 is visited or not. So we have visited the 2, so we'll return these two indices. Okay, this is going to be the O of n approach. Okay, so the answer is going to be, the result is going to be, we'll maintain the resultant vector which we need to return, and we need to maintain a map which will store the indices of a element. We'll loop through the given array and it's going to be nums dot size of. So we'll check. What we need to do is, we need to check if let's do something like map of nums of I is equal to I, right? So but we need to keep I plus 1 because for the element 2 it's going to be stored 0, right? So the default value of map is going to be 0. So for the even 100 is not there, the index of 100 is also going to be 0, right? Because the default value of map is going to be 0. So instead of that we'll mark I plus 1. We'll check target of, we'll check map of target minus nums of I is found in our array, that means greater than 0. Then we'll return map of target minus nums of I minus 1. Is it something like that? No. I think we need to return the indices, right? So every time we encounter an element, we'll check whether to the target element is present or not. If MP of, let's say, required is equal to target minus nums of I, okay, if MP of required is greater than 0, we'll return MP of rec minus 1 comma I, okay. Otherwise we'll push MP of nums of I is going to be I plus 1, right? We'll return res, simply returns res, okay. Let's check if it is working or not. Yeah, it is working for the sample test case, but let's see if it gets submitted or not for the, yeah, it got submitted. So yeah, that's it pretty much. First of all, we encounter a new element in the first position itself. Then not in the first position, if we encounter a new element, then we are pushing into this map. Otherwise we are checking the initially. So let's revise what we have done from the initial itself. We have created a map, then we are looping through the array. This is the required element, right? So we'll check if we have already visited the required element or not. If it is visited, we'll return the index of that element as well as the current index, right? Otherwise